Hey everyone, in this video we're looking at measures of center. Now, measures of center are statistics. The three that we are looking at in this video are going to be mean, median, mode, but I'm not going to do them in the order. They just are a way of describing a set of values. So when you have a data set, if you use one of those values, it's normally something that represents the majority, so that you have an idea of like a snapshot of the data, so to speak. So here we are. Mean is your average. You may have come across that before in science. So sum of all the scores divided by the scores. Actually, you definitely have. Middle score, that's what the median is. Most frequent, mode. That bothers me. That's the only capital. But anyway, cool. Here we go. Generally, though, we're looking at this domain here. You can have like a mode with these guys because it's like the one that's most frequently occurring, like the thing that is. But generally with mean, it's these guys with more of an emphasis on continuous data. Righto. So mode. How you can remember is mode is the most popular. So what is the most popular, or the mode, for each one of these scores? Now here it is. Oh, sorry. We're having a look at this one here. It's already being given to us in like ascending order, so from smallest to largest. So we just need to find the one that occurs the most frequently. There's 2 5s, 2 6s, but there is 3 8s. So the mode for this set of data is these 3 8s, or 8. Now you have to put these in order. So having a look through here, I can see 2 12s already. I can also see 2 5s. And what I end up having is what we call bimodal, because bi meaning like bicycle. So 2. So we have 2 modes, and your data can have multiple modes, or it can have no modes, which is the case with this one. There are no modes occurring. So no modes. So you can have one, you can have multiple, or you can have none. Right. In terms of your working out with this, that's all you have to show. Mode is, or mode 8, or 8 is the mode. So what you're going to do is just the first column. So sorry, I haven't cleared out those guys. Hey, if you want to do them, that's your choice, but you are just required to complete this column here. So pause the video and have a go at those. Great. So you've paused, you're now coming back and doing your median. Median sounds like the word middle. So you need to do these things. You need to ascend, or order them. It doesn't matter. Generally, I like to go smallest to largest because it's just a bit easier. Count the numbers, as in like how many data points you have. So when we say data points, we're referring to like the number of scores. So you'll see me say like n equals, and that's what we're referring to. So in the example here, excuse the 2, n equals a count of 15 in this case, and an n equals a count of 14 over here. So if you just went 1 2 3 4 all the way up to 14, and over here all the way up to 15. And how you're going to find the middle is by halving the data points, or the value of n. So n divided by 2 will give you your median, but it will give you the position, and I'll explain that in a second. What I'm going to do is pause the video and put these in ascending order, just the purpose of making this shorter. All right. Okay. So what I've done is I've arranged them in ascending order. So I've taken these numbers and put them in a line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the halfway point in this data. So I can do that, and it's very hard to show you when I'm doing it on the screen. So you can take your 2 fingers if you've got a reasonably quite small set, so something less than 20, and you can take your fingers and you can go 1 2 3 and count on in until your fingers touch, and then that's like where your middle one is. If you're with a really large data set, I would probably prefer that you didn't do that, because you're bound to, it's very dependent on you counting, getting it right. Divide by 2, and that'll find your halfway point. So in the case of 15, we divide this by 2. 15 divided by 2 gives us 7.5. So we 7 on either side and 1 in the middle, and that's going to be your median. So it's going to be essentially your 8th position. So if I count across one, I'm going to use a highlighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's this one here, but if I count it in from the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 is, it just happens to be that it's also my mode. Excuse that for being terribly drawn. For A, 5 equals the median. And with B, it's 14. So 14 divided by, sorry, n is 14, to be a bit more clear on that one. So dividing that by 2, you get 7. Now you'll see that if I did that like finger thing where I counted in, I'll have like exactly 7 and 7. So the halfway point is actually like 7.5. So if we have a look here, what we do is if I counted in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I counted in 7 from the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I would land here. So my median actually lays between, because it's the middle of these two scores. So what I do is I go 6 plus 7 equals, divided by 2, brackets on that. So 13 divided by 2 gives us 6.5. Yes. So 6.5 is our median in this case. So that is what you need to be very mindful of, that the position, and it's a common misconception, that the position is not your median. It is your position, and you need to then count in or count back to that position. And if it's odd, you select, and if it's even, you have to take score 1 plus score 2 bracket and divide that by 2 so that you find like the middle of those two scores, this red line here. Okay, so what you're going to do is pause the video. Sorry, there's lots of questions there. Pause the video and complete these questions here for median. Righto. Here we go, last but not least, the mean. This is one that I think is one of the easiest ones because you don't have to arrange it. Your calculator does all the work and you're good. The other thing is, though, when you start doing this, you can see that this is my formula. So when I say the total, the word I'm using, also the word represents addition. So it'd be like score 1, score 2, score 3. And what generally happens is that you have all of these and you hit then divide by the number of scores that you have. That's where that number of values is starting to reappear, that n. Now, if you did this on your calculator is so good at doing orders of operation that it will do this first, because that's what you do when you do BOMDAS, and then add all the others together. Now you'd be like, oh, that's a bit silly, but you'd be surprised how many people get caught out with that. So I suggest that you either put everything in brackets, then divide by the number you have, or put it in two processes, add them all up together, and then go equals, then go answer divided by the number of scores you have is going to give you your mean, this X bar, so this symbol here. So that will help you out considerably if you are going to forget this and give the does not equal the mean. I mean, it does when you put brackets around it. Anyway, cool. So let's find the, too far. The mean for these data points. I'll leave that actually there so you can see. So with this one here, I'm going to add all my scores together. So X bar equals the total values. Oh, sorry, that's ridiculous. I'm going to pause and do that properly. Okay, there it is. So, X bar. It's just the symbol we use. X bar equals, and then I would write out all those numbers added together, divided by the number of scores that I have, which is 7. And then that would give us our X bar. So I'm just going to put those in. So here it is. Studying my vernaculum very poorly. It gives us 35 divided by 7. So again, you don't need to necessarily put that step in. You just put brackets in, divide by 7, and go for gold. You do this on your calculator, put brackets, and then just hit this division. Not that one, because you're going to be there a while, that's all. It's just a bit fiddly. This one, and then your n. So 35 divided by 7 equals 5. I was doubting that for a moment. I had to double check. Right, B, same concept. Add it all together and divide by the number of scores you have. Now you're probably like going, oh, sorry, I'm going to use some mathematical symbols for this. You don't have to, but that's the mathematical symbol for sum of all the scores. So the sum of n divided by, that should be x bar, divided by the number of scores that we have. So that would be all of those numbers added together, and you would write them out and then divide by however many you have. In this case, it is 17. All right, I'm going to pause. Okay, so I've added them all together. What you'll notice is that, yes, 0 is 0, and that it doesn't like actually contribute like to the sum of all the scores, but it still contributes to the total, the number of values, so your n score, the denominator. So if you have a look here, there's 3 zeros, and if you remove that, that would be then 14. So you're not representing the whole group then by doing that. So this would be 50 divided by 17, which then gives us 2.94. All right, that is calculating the mean, and it's now your job to do the same for these 3 sets of data. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Sorry it's a bit long, but that's pretty much it. All right, catch ya. Stay awesome. Bye.